Hi everyone, this is Dr. Catherine Kelly, and my question for you today is your karma running amok? In other words, do you feel like there's so much going on and you are so stressed and there's so many things that are kind of pulling at you or pushing your buttons? Is there so much coming at you that you don't know what to do with? And if you think back to the other times when you've had these kinds of things happen in your life, you probably will remember that that's also when you've learned the most. And so when the dust clears, a lot of times we can look back in retrospect and go, oh, wow, okay, that's what was supposed to happen so that I could learn X, Y, Z, whatever that might be. But when we're in the middle of it, we just can't seem to figure out what to do with it because we don't really have the time and energy and wherewithal to process all of it. And so, last week, when I posted my video, it was one of those things where it was all about, what happens when the world falls apart? What happens when our world falls apart? And the whole idea is that those are the times when our karma is running amok. Well, if you think about the country karma right now, our country is going through so many different things. And every single day in my therapy practice, I have at least one or two people coming and going, oh my gosh, what now? And gosh, this happened. And the news is all about the government right now, and the government's running amok, which means that their karma is running amok. They're having to face a lot of things that maybe they haven't thought to face before, or they have thought to face, but they've been avoiding. So, when stuff keeps coming up over and over and over again, that is your karma. That is your life lesson. That is where the most fodder for growth is. But a lot of times we victimize ourselves and don't want to deal with it. We don't really want to look at what we're supposed to be learning. So when your karma is running amok, when your life lessons are running amok, when your life is running amok, if you can just keep in mind that those are the times when we are going to learn the most. Those are the times that basically precede major transformation. Now the thing is, the only way we transform is if we become conscious and if we really look at what we want to transform into and then take steps to get us there. So think about that. Are you stopping to look at what your muck is? Are you stopping to think, whoa, what am I supposed to learn from this? And thirdly, are you taking action in order to either get yourself out of the muck or drama or whatever it is? And are you taking action in order to move forward out of the muck? If you allow yourself to stay in that muck, it's not going to get you anywhere. And yet most people victimize themselves rather than mobilize themselves. So I'm going to say that again. Most people victimize themselves rather than mobilize themselves. But that's what the call for action is from our evolution. Our soul wants us to grow. The universe wants us to grow. It's in our DNA. We are supposed to grow and evolve. And yet, as humans, we have to be conscious about that process. So when your karma is running amok, you really have to think about, wait a minute, am I really learning what I'm supposed to learn out of this? And are you taking those little golden nuggets and tucking them away until you have time to really process them? A couple of years ago, 3 years ago, really, when my mom's health started to deteriorate, there were so many other things that were going on in my life. One of my dog's health was deteriorating, and that was painful to watch. Had some major financial things come up as far as house expenses and car expenses all at once. Had some health issues pop up of my own. Had lots of stuff going on. And I remember stopping at one point and saying, wait a minute, this is a rough patch. I'm going to be conscious and process through this so that I can learn whatever I can learn. And boy, did I learn. But my karma was running amok. And now when I look back, I think about the fact that all of those things, when they were happening, were really tied to several themes in my life that I was supposed to be working through and letting go of. So when your life is running amok, you have to think about, how is it that I can take what I'm experiencing and use it to my benefit later? So it's that thing about making lemonade out of lemons, but this is the lemonade of life, to really try to stop, to be conscious and pull back and go, okay, what am I supposed to evolve into? And what do I need to evolve beyond? And those are the biggest questions. So instead of victimizing yourself, mobilize yourself, because when life, when karma, when the world runs amok, there are tons of lessons to be learned. So I hope you enjoy this. I'd love to hear your feedback, and go to my website also at www.drcatherinetkelly.com. And I will look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.